Hi, welcome to a new workshop of Inspiral AI Accelerator. Today we have a new presentation with our partners of Elvatix, where I'm going to use the platform of Elvatix to show you how we are using now AI to generate leads. Now, the quick question is where? We use the platform of LinkedIn. If you are like me, if you work with companies on a B2B level, you certainly define platforms like LinkedIn as the number one place where you can find leads online. Now, being that said, of course, this webinar is about how AI can help you in that process. Why is that important? Well, first of all, what we're going to cover today is what kind of tools can you find out there to get a list of new leads. Second, especially on LinkedIn. Second, we're going to discuss what a platform of like Elvatix might mean to you. We're going to use it registers for the first time, so you can also see how it's the onboarding process. And finally, we're going to do some testings. That way you can also see it live. Why is this important now? Well, think about how much time you dedicate weekly or monthly to generate leads on LinkedIn. Consider how many millions of B2B negotiations are happening on LinkedIn, and how many are you applying at this moment in your own business? You see, I was there. I was in the point where indeed I was looking for ways on how to make LinkedIn more effective for me. And this is where I found a tool like Elvatix, a unique tool for your business as well. Now, why is this important now? Well, AI is indeed changing all the paradigms. It's changing the way the status quo, the way how we understand how we can communicate better, the way how we can accelerate our process. The way I see it, AI is indeed automated instructions, and there are tools that are there to improve the way how you bring the best out of your service, out of your products into the market. They are there to help you. They are not there to replace you. In fact, if they are there to take some of your activities out of your hands, are in fact in the moment that you really understand why these activities are quite repetitive and can be supported or replaced by an AI process. Now, taking on that in consideration, first thing that we're going to move is about why us. So for that, let me tell you about a little bit of what we want to reach with the Inspiral AI Accelerator, but sharing you a little bit of information what we have been doing so far. So in that sense, I'm going to share with you first one of my favorite tools. Probably you will use it as well, Canvas. Canvas is a platform that actually, it's a tool that actually allows you to be as creative as you can with so many wonderful tools. So in this case, for example, I'm presenting you a powerful a presentation done on Canvas, something that you could do right away as well by using one of their templates and just replacing your logos and putting a title, putting a in this case of the presentation is a presentation about the Inspiral AI Accelerator and how one of the companies in the accelerator, the company Elvatix, is now the best chance for you to consider how AI can benefit you in your sales process. In other hand, how can Elvatix become your LinkedIn co-pilot to increase your conversions? Now, why are we doing this? You know, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, the one difference that I have considered so far between corporate startups and scale-ups is the way of how we use systems. You see, when we start actually on a new company, we are always trying to do everything at once. When we go to scale up for companies, we in fact have systems, matrix requested that they need to happen. And that's where it takes us to be a corporate. In the moment that I reach, for example, in my past, a corporate level with one of the companies where I was more than 7 years active, I realized that indeed every single thing, every single action that we were taking was already part of a system. So that's what we're bringing now with Inspiral AI Accelerator, a way of how we are putting together all our knowledge from marketing, from business coaching, from high performance, from growth hacking, all in once in order to apply the same systematics to AI companies that can bring quite a substantial change into the progress, into the formats of different businesses that are working with us and that are now available for you. My story, indeed, it starts from Inspiral Growth, Inspiral Mindset of events, having created more than 3 different companies in different continents, and certainly being a CEO for more than 5 years. Now, nonetheless, let's go further, of course, about Elvatix, which is one of the tools that we are going to share with you today. Elvatix is a company that provides you a platform that is 24/7 available for you. It's a tool that actually it's already there that you can test it right away after this event. I will supply you with a link that you will be able to follow up as well if you would like to see some of the benefits that we have for you. And in that case, it's about the kinds of interactions that you can have with your leads, with your contacts, even actually with your old list of uh, potential followers of the people actually that are already following you in LinkedIn. You see, one of the great things that had happened to me so far with Elvatix was the chance to reconnect with people that I hadn't spoken in many, many years. And why it was so easy to do it? And it was because Elvatix is one of these tools that allows you to pass that bias feeling, that sense of sometimes emotional attachment that we have, or emotional feeling of fear that we have in terms of contacting someone that we haven't spoken in a long time. Now, Elvatix is indeed a platform that uses AI to increase your contacts, to increase actually your conversions. It learns from you. It will show you an all-in-one solution how you can maximize your performance in LinkedIn. And for that is that today we're going to show you some of the tools of how you can even increase all these pieces of the puzzle in order so that they work for you in the best form for your sales process. Now, let me show you next, or certainly what we are building upon by mentioning you first that, as I said, what we are going to cover today is indeed first, how can you create a list of leads on LinkedIn, how you can use that link of leads, apply it on a tool like Elvatix, and maximize your conversion. And furthermore, we're going to go on some tests, live tests, so you can live demo, so you can see how I use it as well. Now, next one, the methodology that I use to get leads. Let me say that as a growth hacker, I've been a growth hacker for more than 4 years. I've been running marketing agencies for more than 6 now, officially. Before that, I was in marketing as well, being in corporate, yet I was not only focused on marketing. Now, since I'm focused in marketing, for me, it always has been on how can I use something that it can maximize the outcomes of my time. Now, that was one of the tools that I found probably a couple of years ago in terms of how to create list of leads in LinkedIn. So let me show you how I do it. The first thing is that I use a tool called recruiting. And this tool was quite common in the sense of how to get leads in LinkedIn in the past to get a list that I could follow up. So when I'm sharing you now, again, Elvatix, let's go one step back where I'm going to share you about recruiting. So recruiting is this website that you can find online, recruiting.net, where you can actually go and find, for example, they also have X, they also have other platforms, but the first one that you see here is an X-ray search of LinkedIn. It uses parameters of search from Google as well. You see, most of the things that actually are LinkedIn are indexed on Google as well. So that's where all the magic happens. So let's say, for example, we are starting first with the country. Let's say that actually we're looking for people, US, I'm not sure actually, I must be because of United, yes. So if I go United States, let's say I want to find accountants, down, let's do something more that we know that project manager. You can add keywords. Now you have a country that you want to target. You want to find a position, a type of jobs. You can actually even design, show me some similar jobs as well. It might be some people have some specific project management definitions. What kind of keywords you would like to add? I will mention you, like, let's say that we are looking for constructors. So let's say that construction is a keyword. And you can also add exclude. Let's say that you want to take some things out. But in this case, just because we're doing the demo, we're just going to include one keyword. And we're going to make sure it's all candidates. You can also choose a degree. I would just put it at all candidates. And then you have this tool already that separates country, separates position, includes one keyword, and let you know about their education level as well. You can click on that. It gives you a search query. You can open it on Google. And then you see it gives you a complete list page of all the persons that fit that search. Now, first thing, you're doing a Google search. So a Google search also has a maximum. So if you just drop down till the maximum of what you can get, I think actually you can click even more results. More results. Oh, wow. In this case, you actually can go farther. And normally I would say that a Google search, so most of the times only gives me about 70, 90 results. In this case, it's going further, which means that for this type of search, this type of profession, country, in reality, there's so many possibilities. There are so many potential leads that in any case, Google just keeps feeding you more and more. I'm just going to stop on the 100. So let's go stop. I just already did 190. And then you ask yourself, yeah, okay, Carlos, I have all these research results. So what I do next? Indeed. So the fact is that we have 100 search results from LinkedIn, from people in the US that are project managers in construction. Now, but I want to create a list that I can follow. I won't be able to have this page open all the time. And certainly if something goes wrong, actually you use can list and you actually want to know what did you do with each person. So here's my next tip. There's a plugin called SEO Quake. You can activate this SEO Quake plugin into your Google Chrome, in this case, for example, and you can see it that is already active here on the top, SEO Quake. And you can see actually that is here already active in the site. SEO Quake is active here. I can show you the parameters, the SERP report. You can even actually export it as a CVC. Now, for the sense that actually what we are doing, I'm just going to click it, that you can export it as CVC, and you can, as you can see, already exported a whole file that already gives you a quiet tool. Now, in this sense, just to show you what is the next step is that basically when you take that Excel, you can edit it. That file, you can create a new Excel out of it. You can copy it into an Excel sheet. What I do is that I copied this file, or I just open it, into an Google Excel sheet. And I edited. That way I have a list because it will give you more tips. It will give you a whole list and then it will give you some reports dedicated to SEO. Here is not about the SEO. Here is about having one list that actually shows you how everything is organized. So what we're going to do in this case is that I'm going to share with you now how my list would look, for example. So something that I just did today in order to show you how this would look a little bit edited after it's adapted to what I searched for. So in this one, for example, I did a search in recruiting, I did a search for managers in e-commerce, and I also added, for example, excluded some keywords. So for example, I said like, I don't want any assistants or trainers. I just want C-level people. And it gave me a list of 72 people, as you can see here. Now, this morning, just to show you what I was doing is that, for example, I edited all the information that it was delivered to me, and all that I left was the number of leads and the link of the people that I was looking. As you can see, actually, even if I place the mouse on top of them, you will see most of them, even the pictures of them. And this is something that I place already. So for example, here I place status Elvatix, and here I place my sales process. Now today we're not going to talk about the sales process, in fact, but I just mentioned it here so you see what I mean with my sales process. And this is what we're going to talk today. So let's go back to our talk. Remember, if I mentioned you, the first theme that we were going to discuss today is like how to create leads. Now, if you are in the case of, in my case, for example, business coaching, or being the founder of a marketing agency, where you constantly need to search for a funnel that is sustainable, a funnel that allows you to have the necessary time to focus on what matters most, and at the same time, keep a healthy environment in your business, that's when it comes very handy to have a system like what I just showed you, recruiting. Now, yes, this is tool, for example, what we are doing now is a webinar, it's a workshop of me showing you some tools for free. This is one way of generating leads. And in any case, this video, if you create something similar for your own business, this could be something that you can offer to people that you contact on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn indeed becomes a place where you can offer your first free funnels, your first free products, your first ways of to show people of how to use something, how it's working with you, look like, how you in reality create a bonding, a connection with the right person, with the person that you want to work with. So that's why indeed in this first step, I show you one of the tools that I use to create leads, potential leads. Now, what is the audience normally, what is normally the people doing wrong? The audience, your company, what are you normally doing wrong in this case? Imagine that you are going to LinkedIn and you are doing this one by one. Imagine that indeed, we all do these personas, buyer personas, you all define what you want, but imagine that you start doing this one by one. Imagine that actually you start contacting the same people always, because you are looking to ways on how to create bigger and bigger connections. Normally, LinkedIn gives you the chance to create connections to a second level. After that, you really need to start creating some new ways of interacting with people. And this is where, indeed, the next theme comes very handy. How to connect with the people that I want to have in that list. You see, the list that I just created, there are many people out there in that list that they are not in my network. They are not connected to me. So how do I pass the one-on-one search. How do I get them to accept me on LinkedIn? And this is one of their key elements why Elvatix comes as a champion into this new environment. So what can you do instead and with Elvatix? So what are we going to show you now is for next step. If you come to Elvatix, you can start right away. I'm going to give you a link where you can actually also register. If you go to Elvatix, you can register yourself. You will get an account. You will get the Elvatix tool for 7 days. So for example, let's see actually like not an account yet. I'm just going to create you an account so you can see how easy it can be. I'm going to create it. This is my email, by the way, if you want to get in touch with me. If you have any questions about what we are showing you, please inspiral@gmail.com or carlos@inspiral.com. I always just like to share already the Gmail because I'm all about making meetings and discussing. So that's why sometimes it's even just easier to create or organize meetings. But in this case, for example, Juan Carlos Zuluaga, Inspiral Growth, you can decide actually what is your industry. Eventually, the more clear you are on who you are inside of the tool, it's better for you. Here you can actually just create a password and then you would sign up. Very easy in any case. And you need to confirm later on your email. Yet what we're going to do, because in this case, I already have an account, I'm just going to show you how this next step comes into hand. So now we're going to get into the tool of Elvatix. You're going to have a dashboard. As I mentioned you this morning, I did a test already with the list that I mentioned you. I already sent, for example, a few invitations. I sent 11 invitations. Mine, you can just send 11 invitations like that, and you can already get average response I have, like for today. See how many of these absences are coming. New messages. Basically, how this happens is because you are connecting your account to the Elvatix platform. By connecting your account, you can actually connect it on channels. Here, as you can see, it mentions that it's already connected. This is one of the tools. About how this works, the guys of Elvatix, we also have an onboarding process with the guys. If you want to get in touch or need help on this, please just contact me or contact the team of Elvatix on support@elvatix.com. I believe that is the email. If not, correct me if I'm wrong. You can contact us directly on LinkedIn, on social media, Instagram, and we will help you right away. But in any case, what I want to mention to you is that normally you get it in, and the first thing that you can do is already connect your LinkedIn directly to Elvatix. That way, Elvatix can get all the information automatically of your company. It gives you actually what is reality my service, my complete description of the company. I can change the information as well. It doesn't need to be exactly what they get. I can adapt it. That way, it gives more information to the tool about what I'm doing. Why is this important? Is because once you have that clear, then you can go actually to contacts. In contacts is where basically all your contacts are being synchronized. And as you can see, already started synchronizing all the messages that I get. New messages that I come, and certainly here's where I can also follow up a sales funnel. We are not going to go deeper today on the sales because actually there are so many messages that I have to update already. Yet what we are going to do is apply the lead funnel that we just got from recruiting. So let's show again the list that we found this morning. So we created this list with recruiting. As I mentioned you, I was looking for managers on e-commerce in Europe, in the Netherlands in this case, I believe. And let's say, for example, the first one, let's go to Mr. Martin van Emea. Now, with all the respect to Martin, I'm trying just to show the way how we are doing it, but I will just show you how this list is a real list, how this tool of recruiting helps you already to gain so much in terms of who are you targeting. Now that that I got introduced to the Nike direct store operations at Nike, right? Sorry. As you can see, Martin D is a real person. I can connect with him directly in reality if I would. And you can send that typical connection that you normally send if you have something, I would say, prepared. But in the case that I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing with Elvatix and recruiting together, is that I have the name. I know who it is. I know how he looks like now. And what do I tell Martin? You see, he works in Nike, and my normal person will be thinking, okay, what do I do with Mike, or what do I say? How do I approach, and how does he fit into my funnel? You see, if we start thinking on this and that and that, and expecting to have a complete answer for every single day that we are doing, for every single person that we are reaching out, we probably will take hours of work. And you know, I have a target in per day. I know that I want to take specific actions every single day to accomplish my goals. So for that case, I also need some ways on how to accelerate this process. In this case, what I want is just to get in touch with Mike. So what I will do is right away is just like use the personalized invite system of Elvatix. I will just put his name. I will let the tool search for Martin. Let's see. Martin D. Here he is. And I would just plan on let the machine create a proper message for me. You see, this is what I want to share with you, that so many times we are not reaching a person. So many times we are not taking the action that we require to take just because we are thinking too much on ourselves, on our ego, or the way actually we are looking at the time. And to be completely fair, I'm not 100% if I chose the right. Martin D has the same name, but for the purpose of this exercise, I'm just going to share you how quick that generation went. This is a sales recruiter, so created a message for that Martin, and how quick the message, the invitation went. Now, if you are a person like me that actually are looking to know at least 10 or 15 of these or 30 of these new contacts every single day, if you are in the recruiting business, if you are in the marketing business, if you are in the lead generation business, then certainly those are the numbers that you want to hit. So for that reason is that these kind of tools are very important. So here, for example, I have the CEO of Delivery Match. Wow. The Reserve Official Royal Mail Investor and Simhol. What an interesting person. Dr. Roland, if you ever see this video, nice to meet you and hope we can chat. In any case, let's use it. Let's try to find you. Again, I go to the tool. No search results. Roland. There he is. There you go. Dr. Roland. There we go. It finds it right away. And if I may say, maybe from Dr. Roland, if you notice, okay, he's in my second degree level. That's nice. In reality, yes. It's not something that actually that often will happen. I would say there are definitely some moments actually you will have a person that actually is in the third level, or a person that actually you really don't. It's not in your circle at all. So in this person, for example, it is in a second level, means that he knows someone that I know that I know. And what I'm doing now is using again Elvatix to generate the right process. And says like, hey, Dr. Roland, interesting to see the Delivery Match keeps a top spot into the emergent 100. Building a company to that level is not easy. That would be great to connect. Cheers, Juan Carlos. I'm glad with that. So, you know, I could change it as well. I could actually click on this button next to generate, and there are some already prompts working there. Sorry, my internet is not that good now, I believe. But I could decide different kinds of prompts that I can generate with Elvatix. In any case, actually, I could change the, I'm sure maybe something with my internet, but if I don't like that answer, I could just click again on generate. There is a way, there are a few prompts recorded already in the platform, for example, to use as an icebreaker, to read the last message that I use, to read the last message that I use with this person. That way, actually, it's us. And for example, hey, Dr. Roland, I'm the leader of feature on emergency. What I accomplished will be great to connect. You see, it changes a little. And I just send it. So for the purpose that I was showing you how I'm using Elvatix, is that I'm mentioning you about how much time you could save. It could be even way faster. The reason is that now I was explaining you exactly the step by step. But if you will notice, in this step, I could be reaching out 10, 15 people in the matter of like half 1 hour. Is like if taking actually, for example, that it takes me almost like 3 minutes to create that list, three minutes to create that list of 100 leads. You could easily say like, okay, if I want to dedicate just to create leads and just to contact them, you could easily say that with these two tools, you reduce your time consumption, your time application at least 130 to 40%. That's why is this really something unique to use. So think about, make an exercise. For example, think about how many, if you take it on a paper and you take it, how many people have you reached in the last week on LinkedIn? How many people have you reached in the last month on LinkedIn by proposing them that you will be able to, that you were able to connect, you were able to offer them something. You see, sometimes actually we get so many times a no that we also get disappointed. And because of that feeling is that we suddenly we stop. And then we forget that in reality, the key element to create a change is remaining constant, is the persistency that we apply on our process. So if you already find a process that actually works like the one I show you, The trick is about remaining constant with people. And by using tools that will help you take those icebreakers faster, make those conversations happen faster, then you can take one step forward. So that's what I wanted to show you today. I show you actually how you register. I show you already how you can use it as well. And certainly I just even show you why is this important now when you want to accelerate your process. You see, if you see it from a point of view of a sales process like the one that I was going to share you, let me give you a quick tip of a sales expert that showed me about the numbers that I should hit. He showed me about if I hit about 30 messages, if I contact about 30 people, from those 30 people, what I want to reach is that at least 10 to 7 of them jump into a conversation with me that could lead to an appointment where I could share with them a presentation. You remember that I showed you the Canva? The Canva is a great tool where you can create a presentation that you can actually present to people like what I'm doing to you now. And finally, from those, how many of those, from those 7, let's say you are targeting for 3 to become a sale. That way, you are literally going for at least the 10% of those 30 that you are contacting every day. If you notice the amount of numbers that we're talking between presentations, introductions, meetings, messages, then you know that you need a tool that will allow you to reduce time in those areas where you can achieve more with the help of AI. Now, who is this not for? Let me tell you that if you are a person that in reality you're already working with something different that you consider that is working better for you, then my first thought will be keep the things that are working for you and just make sure that they are giving you time to test some new things. So if what you're using now, it's already delivering you time, it's already very focus oriented, it's already giving you actually some, in a way, great results, then I would say that then Elvatix might be something that you might want to test just when you're ready. If you don't have your ideal customer clear yet, sorry, then indeed, this is not for you because we don't want you to waste time just using another tool that if you don't know who you are reaching, might give you the wrong results. If you don't have a clear idea of what is your the offers that you're bringing, what is the clear idea of what is the real value offer that your business are bringing, then these are tools that you might want to wait or at least contact us first so we can give you some feedback, so we can help you understand the canvas of your business. Furthermore, Elvatix has 7 days for free. If you contact us, I'm going to give you a ticket, a link that is going to deliver you also some insights, the possibility to get in touch with us, to get on board by me or by one of the founders of Elvatix. And that way you are going to be able to even get more out of Elvatix free trial. Once the free trial is ready, then we also have something great to offer you once you are in that moment. And after that, you will recognize that such a powerful tool like this one indeed has a price. Yet if you compare the cost price of these two with what you could get from a high conversion ticket, this will pay by itself. Now, we are moving forward. We give you some ideas, some examples. We also mention about like what is this is important for you. So what I want to take in account at this moment is indeed that you have 2 tools now that are available for you. You are also going to be able to create lead generation for different businesses. You can actually also now use this to share it to your customers as well, telling them like, how can you generate leads on LinkedIn? Now, use recruiting, how you can actually get in contact and accelerate the process of sales, of communication, of conversion with your leads, use Elvatix. Do you need some clarifications on how to get your ideal customer, to improve your business canvas? Then get in touch with us here in the Inspiral AI Accelerator. With this has been something that we have achieved now in a little more than a half an hour. I hope actually this workshop now delivers you all the tools that you were looking forward to see from the Inspiral AI Accelerator. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your time because actually this is the most important, what we want to share with you. It's about the time that we are sharing with you. It's about the tools that we're sharing with you so you can maximize the outcomes that are applied from the time that you are using in tools like in platforms like LinkedIn, in platforms like Elvatix. Now, if you like what you heard so far, then I'm sharing with you a link where you can sign up. Once you sign up, you can actually get a free trial. And aside from the free trial, we will be able to see that you sign up and we will be able to follow up with you. You can contact us or we can contact you, but we can also help you have a great onboarding. We can also help you maximize the context of what is being used inside of Elvatix. And we gladly also have some interesting tips to share with you, like for example, on how to create a great sales strategy for 2024. Sounds fun? It is. So that's for today. Thank you for following us and thank you for being part of this webinar, this workshop of Inspiral AI Accelerator with Elvatix. I want to thank to everyone actually from the Elvatix team because every time we are also going forward with this amazing tool and being part of the group of what we are Inspiral AI Accelerator has been a very huge milestone for us in order to create even a more wonderful group that we are creating here with the different AI founders. So if you are one of these one AI founder that are looking as well for a great mastermind, for a great group of founders, where we are all working together to bring an amazing change into our ecosystems, then contact me because you can be part as well of the Inspiral AI Accelerator. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope to speak with you soon and be bold, be hungry for knowledge, inspire growth. Thank you very much.